Trauma is a deeply personal experience. It affects people in different ways. It's important to remember that there is no right or wrong way to react. Trauma survivors are incredibly resilient. They often find ways to cope and rebuild their lives. Common reactions to trauma can be emotional, physical, or cognitive. Some people may experience all three. These reactions are normal responses to abnormal events. They are not signs of weakness. Understanding these reactions is the first step towards healing. It helps us make sense of our experiences. It also allows us to find effective coping strategies. This exploration aims to shed light on the multifaceted nature of trauma. We will explore its impact on the human mind and body. We will also delve into practical coping strategies and the importance of support systems. Trauma can trigger a wide range of emotions. Fear, anger, and sadness are among the most common. These emotions are natural responses to danger and threat. Fear is our body's alarm system. It alerts us to potential harm. After trauma, fear can become persistent. We may feel anxious or jumpy even when we are safe. Anger is another common reaction to trauma. It can be directed at the perpetrator, ourselves, or even the world in general. Anger can be a way of expressing the injustice of what happened. Sadness is a natural response to loss. Trauma often involves loss, whether it's the loss of safety, security, or loved ones. Sadness can manifest as feelings of grief, despair, or hopelessness. Trauma can disrupt our ability to regulate emotions. This is known as emotional dysregulation. It can lead to intense emotional swings and difficulty managing feelings. Coping mechanisms are strategies we use to manage difficult emotions. They can be helpful or harmful depending on the mechanism. Positive coping mechanisms include exercise, relaxation techniques, and seeking support from loved ones. These strategies help us regulate emotions in healthy ways. Negative coping mechanisms, on the other hand, can be detrimental. Substance abuse, self-harm, and social isolation are examples of unhealthy coping strategies. These behaviors may provide temporary relief, but they ultimately worsen the situation. Section 4, numbing the pain. When emotions become overwhelming, sometimes emotions after trauma can be so intense that they feel unbearable. In such cases, our minds and bodies may resort to numbing as a way to cope. Numbing involves shutting down emotionally. It's like turning down the volume on our feelings. While it can provide temporary relief from overwhelming emotions, it comes at a cost. When we numb ourselves, we also disconnect from positive emotions. We may struggle to experience joy, love, or connection. This can lead to feelings of emptiness and isolation. Section 5. Sadhana and Kimi. Stories of trauma and healing. Let's consider two individuals, Sadhana and Kimi, who experienced different traumatic events. Their stories illustrate the diverse ways trauma can manifest and the importance of understanding individual experiences. Sadhana, a survivor of a natural disaster, struggled with flashbacks and anxiety. The constant fear of another disaster loomed over her, making it difficult to find peace. Kimi, on the other hand, experienced a severe car accident. While physically healed, Kimi couldn't shake the feeling of being unsafe behind the wheel, leading to panic attacks and avoidance of driving. These stories highlight how trauma can manifest in unique ways. Understanding the specific experiences and triggers for each individual is crucial in providing effective support and treatment. Section 6. The body remembers physical reactions to trauma. Trauma is not just a psychological experience, it also affects us physically. Our bodies hold on to the memory of trauma, and this can manifest in various ways. One common physical reaction is somatization. This refers to experiencing physical symptoms that are related to stress or trauma. Headaches, stomach aches, and muscle tension are common examples. Hyperarousal is another frequent response. It's like our body's fight or flight response gets stuck in the on position. We may feel constantly on edge, have trouble sleeping, or startle easily. These physical reactions can be debilitating and interfere with daily life. It's important to recognize them as potential signs of trauma and seek appropriate support. Section 7. Cognitive consequences, intrusive thoughts and flashbacks. Trauma can also impact our thinking patterns. Intrusive thoughts and flashbacks are common cognitive consequences of trauma. Intrusive thoughts are unwanted and distressing thoughts or images that pop into our minds. They can be related to the traumatic event or completely unrelated. Flashbacks are vivid sensory experiences that make us feel like we are reliving the trauma. They can be triggered by smells, sounds, or even certain thoughts. These cognitive symptoms can be incredibly distressing and disruptive. They can make it difficult to focus, concentrate, or feel present in the moment.